Hold on. Let me see. I have the camera flipped over.
I don't know. Look on your computer or something. Or the chat will tell me when people start coming in if it looks good.
It looks great.
Awesome.
Yeah, very, very good.
The new Trump hats. No, they were getting mad at me earlier. They said, "Oh, I saw that. I saw all that money that you made yesterday. Blah blah yada yada yada. That's where you got the new setup, huh? I mean, I already ordered this stuff a long time ago, but it doesn't really matter. Who's in the chats? Who's watching us, guys? How's the setup look? Do you like the new setup? Drop a comment. I can see you guys from here. It's a little bit far away. Should I move it closer, or do you think it looks good?
The sound is a little bad.
The sound is a little bad.
Yeah, it's like very echoey.
Echoey? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. God bless President Trump. Is it echoey still? What if I walk like right up to the camera like this? Is it echoey or no?
It was better.
Is it better now? I think a little bit closer might be better. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. It's a little bit closer. Smash that like button though, guys. Smash that like button. Maybe even a little bit closer than this. I'm just adjusting it. I don't really know how it works, but I can read the chats a little bit better from here. But yeah, guys, Trump 2028. Donald Trump 2028. What do you guys think? Trump 2028 or no? You look disgusted when I said Trump 2028.
No, no. The camera's a little wonky.
Me or you?
Just no, me. But yeah. Just how are you doing? Are you
I'm
how do you
good. How
feel
are you
about
doing?
good? Good. How do you feel about what happened? I'm pretty sad about it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's honestly pretty disgusting that a lot of Democrats. Oh, your phone went off. It's disgusting that the Democrats keep praising the unaliving of somebody on Twitter. It's disgusting, and they keep saying, "Oh, Trump did this, Trump did that." I don't care what Trump did. Actually, let me adjust this a little bit more, guys. It's a tripod, so I'm trying to figure out what the best settings are for it. I would say,
Jeez,
does a
Sam.
black cat have a tongue? But I think it's got Charlie's neck. Okay, that's disgusting, Sam. You're gonna have your day in hell, I promise. Or you're probably already living in hell. Most Democrats are because they can't do anything with themselves. I was gonna say a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna keep it good vibes. I think the best thing to do is keep a good vibe with everything going on. I don't want people getting the wrong idea. We should keep peaceful and whatnot. But it's like, come on, guys, this is disgusting behavior. Disgusting demons. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep
How do you
adjusting the camera though because I want to find like the perfect angle.
yeah. How do you
Listen to
feel?
Tom McDonald's Charlie. He has his own song called Charlie. I would listen to it, but I'm having Wi-Fi problems right now, so I'm just using cellular data. I'm waiting a response from my provider. Bro is gonna get away with it too, which is sad. I mean, I don't know if you guys think it's military or what you think it is. I don't think it's military and whatnot. I mean, people are saying you need to be an expert shot. You need to be an expert shot. I mean, literally, my friend Tom Pepin here goes hog hunting, and he shoots 200 meters. 200 yards out, not meters. We're America. 200 yards out, and from 200 yards, he can hit a boar with iron sights. He's not using a scope or anything. I have another friend of mine. He has a license for fully automatic weapons, and he also says that he could probably take that exact shot with a 9mm pistol. I mean, I'm not saying if you've never shot a gun before, you're probably not going to hit that shot. But at the same time, I'm not saying that you have to be some advanced Marine Corps weapons expert or anything like that. I mean, like you could teach a 16-year-old to take this shot. Just saying.
Yeah.
200 yards ain't an expert shot. What's a hoax? You're disgusting, demon rats. Disgusting demons! These comments I've been getting are disgusting human beings. You are human trash. Human trash, guys. A lot of human Democrat trash out there in the woodworks. But smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. We got to get the message out there. Some Democrats, some people have said, oh, why don't you take a break from streaming? Why don't you quit? It's too dangerous. It ain't too dangerous. Their favorite thing to say is fuck around and find out. I'm going to use that right back at them. Fuck around with me and find out.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
No, I agree. If anything, I feel guilty
People don't
too.
kill people. There was already gun laws in place. That man violated not only probably university policy, but he also violated state gun law policy. I did my due diligence, and the state gun laws in Utah is you're allowed to have a firearm on campus only if you have a concealed carry permit, and it's not allowed to leave your car. It's not allowed to leave your vehicle. So that is the state law in Utah. So I don't, what they're screaming about, gun control, gun control. I mean, do they not know the state laws in Utah?
Yeah. It's sad. It's very, very sad.
Confirmed Transtista did it. I think he's trying to say trans mixed with Antifa.
Wow. Is that true?
No Republicans would do this. I don't know why they would say, oh, the Republicans could have done it. My guy, why would a Republican do it? Why would anyone conservative do it? That makes no sense. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I feel guilty. He was a man of faith, and we have to pray for people like you and him in
That was
leadership
not a
roles.
Republican, my guy. That was more bullshit from the Liberal Party. That guy was not a Republican. Didn't a Republican trying to hit Trump? That was a BlackRock operative, picked and trained up from the government. They trained this man. I mean, not the government, sorry. He was picked and trained by BlackRock special unit operatives, guys. This might be a little bit of a theory, but he was in many BlackRock commercials. Trans also shot Minnesota. That is very true, guys. That is very true. I think BlackRock might have a connections to it. It's not 100% confirmed, but if it comes out later that BlackRock was connected, I would not be surprised because BlackRock was connected to Minnesota. BlackRock was connected with the Trump situation. Both of the Trump situations have ties to BlackRock in some way or another. Criminals don't care about laws.
Yeah.
They do not care about laws. Guys, we only have 5 likes. Can you get the likes up? Smash the like button. Smash the like button.
Yeah.
They found the gun. What kind of gun was it? My friend told me about 20 minutes ago they found the gun. What kind of gun? Was it a 5.56 like we were suspecting? Or was it a 22? Or what was it? We have laws already. I'm not saying we shouldn't have laws. What I'm saying is we don't need any more additional laws. That's not what Charlie Kirk would want. Charlie Kirk would not want any added laws. That's bullshit. He wasn't a gun control advocate. We can't ban guns because criminals will always get them. If we ban guns, that just takes them out of good citizens' hands. It is a 3006 Massar. That's interesting. I did not know that. Is that true? Charlie Kirk might have been a quote-unquote liar for the Democrats. I personally think he was a truth teller, but that doesn't matter. Can any Democrat name one single hateful thing he ever said in his damn life? He never said anything hateful. He never said anything violent. He never said to go hurt people. He was a Christian man. Just because he was debating people and giving his personal opinions does not mean that you should go out and harm someone because they want to debate you. They want to get their opinions out there. They want people like me to live in fear, but that will never happen. I'm sorry to tell you, Democrats, this has just pissed me off even more to do even more content for you guys and to do even more. But if anyone has any questions, comments, anything they want to say, drop a super chat. We can discuss. We can read it out loud. Heartbreaking. R.I.P. Charlie. Yeah, I agree. A deer rifle. I'm not surprised. So if it's a deer rifle, it's most likely someone that's a hunter. Now I heard my friend telling me, "Oh, they're not going to find this guy. He's a Navy SEAL trained guy." Yeah, I don't know about that.
It was a
Look at
loud
all
shot.
these demons in chat. All you're doing is showing the destruction of your own party. Not only is it just showing you what shitty human beings the Democrats are, you guys are going to lose more and more votes. Like, do honestly any of you think that people are going to see you making fun of a dead man and say, oh, that's a political party I should join? That's a political party I should join. Yeah, that's a political party I should join. They're making fun of people that just got shot in the neck yesterday. Definitely sounds like I should join those people. They are disgusting demons. They're disgusting. There's nothing more to say. There's nothing more to say about it. But if you guys have any questions, you want, gun control stuff, any of that bullshit, I'll answer some questions. But I think we've already, answered all your questions. Man, let's get some dinner and bridge the political divide. I mean, my guy, I don't mind that at all. I have plenty of Democrats, friends and families. One of my good friends, Chris, he's a Democrat. He's a lawyer. He's a successful man. He's a Christian. He has a wife and kids. But I don't think he fits into the Democrats, what the Democrats want out of men in society. I think they just, they want Democrats to be, I don't know if you saw the episode, but there was a live stream the other day, and there's also a video clip posted. They want Democrats to be like the guy I debated the other day. They want you to have a 600-pound wife with pink or blue hair. She rips your phone out of your hand because I said, hey, I changed your husband's mind. I'm making him become a Trump supporter now. She snatched that phone out of his hand and started screaming, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. They want you to be just like that guy and just, be obedient to your wife instead of your wife being obedient to you. Like, that is disgusting. I don't know what else to say. And like I said before, I think we need to have armed teachers. I think we need more armed security. We need more guns. We don't need less of them. If there was someone that saw that guy getting up on the roof and he had a firearm, he would have destroyed that guy. It's that simple. It is that simple. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want to talk about, either drop a good comment or drop a super chat. 100% of super chats are answered. Are you okay? You look like you're upset about something.
Upstairs, yeah. It's very sad. The Charlie Kirk thing. He was only 31,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I feel guilty. Like, we have to. What I was saying was we have to pray for people like you and
He
Charlie,
had
and
3 kids.
yeah,
Your
and
view of
people.
Dems is wrong. How is my view wrong? All I'm saying is 80 to 90% of these Dems are supporting the death of another man and celebrating it. It is disgusting. How are my views about Dems wrong? I didn't say all of them. I said a good 80 to 90% of them. Prayers up for his family. I really appreciate that, Meech, and I believe you're a Democrat, Meech. You're one of the good 10 to 20% of them. This is disgusting. Machine, I don't know why you're commenting on what you say. You're not American. You've never stepped in America. You think you have some big right to talk about American politics because of your country's freedom of speech? Yeah, okay, cool, bud. I have no clue what that means, Tiffany. The Democrats don't care about the kids. They don't care about the people that were, running for their lives when in horror. There's a disgusting guy. Hey, what's up, Lord Nero? Are you the guy, Lord Nero? I'm wondering, are you the Nero guy from the Discord? Because I know there's another guy named Nero. I think you are the same guy, but I'm just genuinely curious. Okay, could you read this super chat off?
Sure. Lord Nero, thank you for the super chat. Comment section saying the statements I can see turning into some surveillance on the internet and judicial action against political discourse that is adjacent to violent actions. I mean, that's exactly what happened to Charlie. We try to censor him, and imagine when words become like lethal weapons. Somebody compared that what he's like. It's kind of considered a hate crime. Imagine if anybody else in a specific demographic with a specific viewpoint is killed.
I mean, yeah, they're
It's
saying that, oh, Trump's going to make new hate crime laws, new hate crime laws. I mean, who cares if he makes new hate crime laws? If you kill someone because of their political opinion, that should be a hate crime. Just like if you kill someone for their sexuality, or, if they want to call themselves a woman and they're a man, that should be a hate crime. I mean, I believe there's two genders. There's natural born men and there's natural born women. Like this guy in the Discord the other day, he had a deeper voice than me. And he was telling people that he was a woman. You ain't a woman. You were born with a wiener. You're a man. Like, how controversial is that? That's not controversial, but apparently in 2025, that is controversial.
You know what his last tweet was, Charlie Kirk's?
No, what was his last tweet?
He was proclaiming Jesus was his Lord and Savior, or something like that. It's really sad. I was really, really sad, and I was worried about you too. It's the political field is getting deadly. This is really
Yeah, well, I
sad.
will say this. Me and Charlie are a little bit of two very different people. I mean, I agree with a lot of his beliefs and whatnot, but, if I was in Charlie's shoes, I would have a lot more security. But I will say, I think his security did a good job, but at the same time, he should have had bulletproof glass. And a lot of people will say, when I say, oh, he should have had bulletproof glass, they'll say, what about armor-piercing ammunition? What about armor-piercing? Well, first off, what do you think, the president's vehicle has? It has very thick or very thick glass that can avoid armor-piercing ammunition. Like, there is glass out there that avoids armor-piercing ammunition. Today, downtown was sober in Austin. This is plus the school shooting on the eve of September 11th. Yeah, a couple things, guys. There was a Colorado school shooting yesterday. 3 kids passed away. I know they're going to use this plus the Charlie thing to try to push more gun laws. I hope it doesn't happen. And also, it is 9/11 today, so we should be praying for America and praying that nothing else today happens, because yesterday was already a catastrophe. We don't need to see any bullcrap happen today. I mean, it's been the entire week. We saw that Ukrainian girl died. The Democrats started a GoFundMe for her. They said, "Oh, not for her actually, for the black dude." She said, "Oh, the killer. We gotta raise the killer money. He's a victim. The killer's a victim." Like, I know PayPal is gonna, or not PayPal, GoFundMe is gonna seize those funds. Like, they seized the Democrats' funds for Kamalo Anthony. They seized that fucker's funds. Like, they should have seized his funds in the first place. Thank God they seized his funds. But now they're gonna seize this guy's funds. That guy is not a victim. He should have been in prison. The only victim is that Ukrainian girl. And not to mention, he was let out of prison 14 times by a Democrat liberal monster of a judge. That judge should be held accountable for his stupidity of letting this guy out after committing 14 crimes. Now, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know what his crimes were, but I think they were, all violent, very, very bad shit. Second Amendment has a cost. Listen, this shit isn't because of the guns. If they didn't have the Second Amendment, they would have just done it with a bomb, or they would have done it with a knife, or they would have made some kind of weapon, or they would have done something, like they would have done some kind of They would have done some kind of other weaponry. They would have done anything. Like, don't you agree? They would have taken them out at all costs. We see this in other countries. You don't think celebrities get unalived in other countries? R.I.P. Charlie. That's what I'm saying, my guy. We got 250 people in here. If anyone has any comments, questions, anything you guys want us to talk about, drop some super chats. Or hell, if you want to see me, or maybe even her, do 300 to 400 push-ups for a $20 super chat. We'll really entertain you guys with some MAGA push-ups. I see no information on the weapon used. Their rifle to be sure, but the elevated position and the distance absolutely could have been done within an hour of training, and 200 meters is not far. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. A lot of people are screaming at the top of their lungs because these people don't know about firearms. They don't know about hunting. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, oh, 200 meters. It was an expert Navy SEAL shooter. Like, Jesus, guys, please don't say this kind of stuff when you don't know what you're talking about. 200 meters is very, very, very close. Like I said, my friend Dustley, he goes hunting all the time. He shoots boars at 200 meters away with an iron sight. Some of my friends can shoot 300 meters away with a pistol, with a 9mm, with perfect accuracy, perfect aim, with one shot. Like, just saying that it's this or that is ridiculous. And also, did you know that Kirk's wife was there? These people are monsters. His wife was there, and you're online celebrating it. You are disgusting, disgusting pigs. You're gonna get your day. Anyone celebrating this, I know for a fact, has a miserable life. That is proof to me that at least 80 to 90% of these Democrats, which 80 to 90% of these Democrats are celebrating, at least 80 to 90% of these Democrats have an absolutely miserable life. Listen, I was not a Kirky. I was not a giant fan of Charlie Kirk. I liked his content and I liked what he did. And I've interviewed people. I literally had a debate with somebody one day ago, the day before Charlie got shot and killed. I had a debate with someone that frequently went to Charlie's debates and debated with Charlie. He was viral for debating with Charlie. He would debate with Charlie all the time. My friend's friend was at the Charlie Kirk event when this happened. He saw Charlie get shot with his own eyes. I heard about this stuff happening, 10 or 20 minutes before it hit the news. I saw the video. It's disgusting. And my friend saw this before an hour before it hit the news. And Charlie Kirk, he was dead 2 hours before the news and the media said, oh, he's dead, yada, yada. He died 2 hours before the confirmation of his death was made publicly online. Like, it's just disgusting. Like, I knew when he got shot in the neck, I knew that he wasn't going to survive. I hate to say it like that. It's really sad to say the truth, but I could just tell. That was my opinion. Go watch the streams from yesterday when I saw him instantly go into shock and the way he fell to the ground like he was lifeless as soon as the bullet hit him. I mean, it hit an artery. I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but it hit an artery.
Yeah. I think we just need to
Anthony,
treat
you
each
are
other.
a disgusting, miserable human being. I don't know how many more times I need to tell you this, brother. You have been making fun of someone's death. You've been commenting on my video saying this or that. I don't know what your objective is. Your objective is not to prove me wrong. Your objective is not to sway people's opinions or debate about anything. All you're doing is, spreading negativity. I'm not going to call it hate, but it really is hate. But Charlie never did any hate speech, never did any called for any violent actions or any bullshit like that. He was a peaceful man. He was a peaceful man. I see so many comments coming, guys, so many comments coming. But if you want me to read it out loud, if you want me to talk about it, drop a super chat, have your comment highlighted. Let me know what you want to talk about. If you have any questions for her or me, she's a paralegal. She's studying criminal law. Am I right on that? So if you have any questions for either one of us, I mean, she's learning about ballistics and guns and stuff like this. So maybe she can answer a question that I can't answer.
I'm doing this chapter is on sex crimes in advanced criminal investigation.
Well, obviously the Democrats don't care about those because a couple of days ago, the Health Human Secretary, RFK Jr., he announced the real numbers for missing children was 476,000 missing children at the border. He announced that Biden was trying to get these children out of these ICE detention centers no matter what. He didn't care who these children went to. It turns out he wasn't DNA testing. He wasn't confirming any birth certificate information. He wasn't confirming any kind of data whatsoever. If you show up to that ICE detention center and say, hey, that one over there, Pedro Sanchez, that's my boy, they're going to be like, all right, well, here you go. Here's Pedro. That means he is complicit in sex trafficking. That's exactly what Joe Biden did. He sex trafficked kids, hundreds of thousands of them. But you guys do not want to talk about your border czar Kamala Harris. You don't want to talk about border czar Harris. All you do is want to scream at the top of your lungs, abortions. Like you should have seen this pink-haired, fat, obese witch screaming at me. It was like my hat was repelling the demons out of her. She was like, ah! She's like, Trump is killing people. He's not letting them get abortions. He's screaming at the top of her lungs. Women are dying because they can't get their abortions. Well, two quick facts for you. Roe v. Wade. Who was that? Who was that overlooked? Who was that looked at under? Joe Biden. This was in 2022 and 2023, I believe. They overturned Roe v. Wade, the constitutional right for abortion. They did that under Joe Biden. So how the hell does Trump have anything to do with this? Like, how the hell does that make any sense? If you guys have any questions, comments, once again, we're here to answer them. I see people in the chat leaving paragraphs. I'd love to talk about whatever you want, but please just drop some super chats. When Trump ends democracy, brother, he doesn't have the power to end democracy. These are the kind of evil democrats I'm talking about. The same, if you think Charlie Kirk is a Nazi, if you think that he spread anything, if you think he's a Nazi or you're spreading any of that bullshit, just go ahead and click that unsubscribe button off my channel. I don't want you on here. Thank you very much. But double tap that screen, guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get to 50 likes. Charlie, that's disgusting. Listen, that is disgusting. All these Democrat comments are disgusting. You're disgusting human beings. Disgusting. Disgusting demon rats. A lot of these people aren't even, a lot of these people aren't even old enough to drink. They're 16 to, 20 years old.
They are the future.
I heard a lot of people were protesting about multiple issues yesterday, and I didn't see any protests about gun controls. Thank God. And thank God I didn't see any ICE protests either. I can address whatever you want, but when there's a million other comments coming in here, I need you to drop a super chat because look, they're spamming the comments. Everyone spam the comments. I like this right now. Spam RIP Charlie, guys. RIP Charlie. That's all I want to see. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, anything you want to say, like I said, we're fully open to some discussions. Just drop super chats. Like, it's just ridiculous, guys. Charlie couldn't even talk about the gangs doing the killings. He couldn't talk about the trans. He couldn't talk about any of that shit without you guys trying to unalive him. And guess what I'm going to continue to talk about? I'm going to continue to talk about the violence. I'm going to continue talking about the trans shooters. And I'm going to continue talking about whatever I want. And no one's going to stop me. Karma for the Democrats. How about that? But what else do you got to say? Any other thoughts, opinions, insight, anything you want to say? Hey, thanks for the gifts, D. Grace. So disgraceful. How can you be a Democrat and be a Christian? How can you be a Democrat and be a Christian when you're partying, when your party is celebrating an unaliving of a father of three, someone that took care of their family? You know how many families he probably took care of? Not only did that, he ran the #1 program for youth in America. The number
Yeah,
one program
donating.
for youth in America, and these people are celebrating his destruction. Forget about the politics. Forget about all this and that. He was teaching young men financial literacy. He was teaching them about investing, saving their money, and he was teaching them all kinds of good stuff. Like, he was teaching them good. He wasn't all about debating. He wanted to open people's minds up, but he didn't call for the destruction or the chaos of anyone just because he didn't like your ideas. The Democrats are calling for the unaliving. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, man. I appreciate that super chat, man. R.I.P. Charlie. Thank you. Bitch, don't know me. I'm just gonna say it because that's literally your YouTube name. I like that. Bitch, don't know me. I like that name. Awesome name. I agree with you. I like that name, but we got a fan in here. He said, "Hi, happy to see you." 700 people watching. All right, I want to say this right now, again and again and again, to get it through people's minds. You are human garbage if you are celebrating a father of three, a man that took care of his community, a Christian man, a man with values. If you're celebrating his unaliving, you are disgusting. You are a demon. You are subhuman. What else can I say? What else can I say? This man did a lot for his community. Put the politics aside. He had a youth center to help people, to teach young men and women and everyone about, finances and about, building a better life for themselves and whatnot. This is what people only do this kind of shit. People that are living happy lives, notice how when people are actually happy, they never first off, they never wish for the death of anyone. They never celebrate the death of anyone. Third off, they never do any violent actions. You never hear a multimillionaire with 10 cars, a beautiful wife and family going out to unalive someone. Unless, of course, they're your favorite rapper, then possibly. But other than that, you don't hear about that ever happening. Like that kind of stuff just does not happen. It is a sad world. You can't even talk about your political opinions. I can't even say my opinions without people saying, "Oh, we want to unalive you." They're telling me I'm next. Like, what the hell did I do? And those kind of comments don't put fear in me. The main difference I also wanted to say, I don't know if Charlie ever did deal with any circumstances in his life, but I have dealt with circumstances in my life where people have attempted to unalive me, and the main thing that was protecting me was a firearm. So I don't know if Charlie ever went through any of those circumstances, but I have. So it's not going to happen, guys. Bad news for you. People are crazy evil demon rats. Listen, demon rats are not the same as your 1960s Democrats. They're completely different. I have some Democrats in my family. They're more like the 1960s or the 1970s Democrats, but they also don't realize the new Democrats are celebrating death and destruction. If you say your political opinions, they want to destroy you. They want to destroy your life. They want to find your friends and family. They want to find some of the people on this live stream. What did Nero say? Can you read Nero's comment? If you already dropped a super chat, I'll read a couple of your comments, especially if you have some good stuff to say. Boo-hoo! Yeah, boo-hoo. Also, I want to say this. Charlie Kirk's legacy. I'd rather die as someone who actually built something than just live my life until 50 or 60. No one knows about anything I did or anything I created. And I just die with a 600-pound pink or blue-haired wife, like a lot of the Democrats will. Not leaving their mark on this world, not leaving their touch, and no one ever caring about them going on to the afterlife. At least Charlie died for something. At least he left something on this world. You know what's actually worse than something like this happening to someone? The worst thing is that some people will pass away one day and there'll be nothing that they left on this earth. A lot of Democrats don't have, any legacy to leave. They don't have businesses. They don't have companies. They don't have, social media pages where they push any peace, positivity, or anything for the children. And they'll never have children. Also, like a lot of these Democrats will never have children. So, but that's neither here nor there. But that's horrible. that they're going to have to live with nothing. Notice how they all say Republicans are bad, but why is it that the Democrats are the ones doing these crazy acts? That's another thing I'm saying. Not a single Democrat influencer has ever been attacked, threatened, or any of this bullshit. Like, they're not unaliving Democrats. They're not unaliving Democrat influencers. They didn't shoot Kamala Harris in the ear. They shot Donald J. Trump in the ear. They didn't shoot Parker Get a Job. They shot Charlie Kirk. There is a difference. And if they thought that Charlie was losing his debates, if they thought Charlie was doing a poor job, then they would have never gone after him. If his message wasn't the truth, if they thought they could prove their point with a simple debate, they would have never gone after Charlie. They know they can't prove their point with a simple debate. They know they can't get their points across with words. So they had to resort to the only other thing they could resort to. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What about Minnesota? Hey, thank you, my guy. Thank you for the positivity, guys. Can we get to 100 likes? Brady, your life is a living hell. You don't have to wait for the afterlife where you're going to be going. You can live your hell every single day. What about Minnesota? Minnesota, what? You mean the Democrats with the car sign in the back of their car that said "No King's Protest" that were registered Republicans? You mean the Democrats that worked for Tim Walz that unalived another Democrat senator, I believe it was? Is that what you're talking about? These were all Democrats. They had "No King's Protesters" signs in the back of their car. If they were really Republicans, why did his wife work for Tim Walz? That doesn't sound like a real Republican family to me. She worked some kind of office job for Tim Walz. She worked some kind of office job in Minnesota for Tim Walz. So if there's such a Republican family, and also even talking about them, let's pretend for a second that they were Republicans. They weren't influencers. They weren't trying to get a political message across. They weren't making YouTube videos. They weren't on social media with this. Iowa. What happened in Iowa? I don't even know what you're talking about. What happened in Iowa? And either way, even if all what you're saying is true, no Republicans celebrated what happened in Minnesota. That is just disgusting. No Republicans ever celebrated a death of a Democrat. The death of a Democrat has never been celebrated. We would never celebrate Joe Biden's death. We would never celebrate one of these Democrat influencers' death. I mean, is it what I'm saying facts or not? Trump did, Charlie Kirk did. No, they didn't. Who did they celebrate? All these Democrat lies in the comments. All these Democrat lies. Lies. Well, I mean, there are some, there are some people that are a little bit deranged, Josh, but you really shouldn't do that. Don't make the party look bad. If you celebrate someone's death, you will make the party look bad. But there's always a small amount of people. Okay, there might be a couple Republicans that are deranged that might celebrate Joe Biden, this or that, but the majority of them would be mourning it. They wouldn't celebrate it. We do have to fight back peacefully. I don't know what we should do to fight back. I don't know, but hopefully there's a strong leader out there that can help us. And hopefully Trump, you know what? I hope Trump sends the National Guard into every single city. I hope Trump puts police officers in every single college, high school campus, college campus, high school campus. I hope Trump puts police and National Guard in every single one of them. Every single one of them. And I hope the liberals scream their blue hairs and their faces turn red and they say, "Oh, fascism, he's taking over the country, dictator." I would love to see that happen at this rate. That is peaceful. That doesn't harm anybody. What did you guys say? She looks like a mean mannequin? Come on, don't make a mean face.
Uh, I'm sorry,
Why
guys.
lady mean? Yeah, why are you looking mean?
I'm not beauty standards, but to be fair, you kind of bait and switch them and give them high expectations with that thumbnail, so
Well,
I don't
I
blame them for
have to.
being upset. Yeah. But I'm actually planning on giving 10% of my salary to Turning Point. Um, Charlie Kirk's story is really interesting. So he was planning on applying to West Point once he graduated high school. And they denied him, he said, okay, let me try something else. When one door closes, another opens. And he started Turning Point.
Yeah, that's awesome. He was 18 when he started that too, right?
I believe so. He was very young, yeah. Got out of high school. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, guys, I'm actually
Josh
working
lives near
on.
West Point. Nice, my guy. Nice.
How is it? Do you wake up to what's that song called? Morning Glory or something? The horn?
I think that's something else, but um, to say, it's very sad what happened. Charlie Kirk was a bigot, okay? I would call a lot of you liberals wishing the death upon other men bigots.
Yeah, it's very sad. But
Trump is still your president. That's all I gotta say, Democrats. Demon rats.
and I've again for those that are Republican or non-affiliated, those that are not monsters celebrating this. Just a friendly
Charlie
reminder
Kirk
to.
was a civilian. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but keep talking.
It's okay. He was a civilian, yeah, and we have to pray for our civilians. How terrible is it that we're going against one another in this country? Um, a house divided cannot stand. It's really sad that we're, you know, so defiant, so in opposition.
I'm going to pin that comment. I pinned that comment.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, American hero. Hell yeah.
He died a martyr, professing.
God bless him. That's what I'm saying. American hero, Charlie Kirk. You know what? I'm sure people love this stream because there is just so many nasty, disgusting demon rats on YouTube right now. They're all celebrating this. Even people live streamers are celebrating this shit. If you guys
Even
are happy,
TMZ,
just comment
TMZ
down
was like
below.
laughing.
Huh?
Sorry. TMZ was laughing about this. I just saw an article that an LGB whatever posted about how, you know, we don't care. And I mean, think
Yeah,
about
that
what
is
he stood
disgusting. These are
for.
disgusting demons. Disgusting demons. If you guys are happy to see someone out here speaking against all these bullshit people that are trying to celebrate his death, drop a W in chat. Drop some W's if you're happy to see some people talking against this bullshit, because I see so many streamers right now that are all saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that this happened." Blah blah blah. Fuck off. Your karma will come.
Really sad. Just continue to pray.
W. Thank you guys. God bless Kirk. How do I know their karma will come? Because they're celebrating a man's death? What do you mean, how do I know? Karma will come for them. That's what I'm saying. Yes, let's talk about 9/11. Is there anything you want to talk about for the victims of 9/11? Prayers, thoughts?
My mom was one of the first TSA people after 9/11.
Nice.
Where were you in 9/11?
Not born yet. No, I'm just kidding. I was born. I was like 5 months.
Jeez.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was in third grade in class, and my mom came and picked me up, and she told me why. She picked up me and my sister, and she was like, somebody uh, drove a plane into a building. And the first thing I thought of, I swear, was, wow, like this is a little bit like dramatic for um, people to overreact like this. Um, and I thought it was a woman pilot that did it. Again, I'm in third grade, so please don't judge me. But then when I saw the footage, when I got
It
home,
was a
yeah,
woman pilot.
it was a woman pilot. Yeah, women
No, I'm
drivers.
just kidding. That's fucked up to
But
say,
yeah,
but
mm, it's okay.
it wasn't an overreaction.
It was not. Yeah, I was in third grade. I didn't realize how big of a deal it was until I saw it on TV, and I said, oh, okay.
No gun reform. No one wants gun reform. Jesus.
Yeah, but um, that's when the U.S. Patriot Act came into play.
Yeah, that's
And
bullshit, but that's a whole nother discussion.
yeah, I just
Unless
wrote
you
a
guys
paper
want us
on
to
that.
talk about that Patriot Act.
If you want,
You
I
was
could
in
read you
Wacko, Texo. Gun
Waco.
reform will not be a thing. Thank God. You know what? One thing the Democrats still are not talking about are the 476,000 missing children. But one comment, you know what? One comment that kind of disappeared. You know what? One comment that has disappeared. Where's the Epstein comments? Where's that list? That
Don't
just
remind
shows you
them.
there's been so much shitty news this week that the Democrats can't even ask you where that list is anymore. Charlie Kirk was a Christian man. You are a demon. What, 476,000 children? What do the Democrats have to do with this? Good question. First off, Borders-Czar Harris did not, do her best to protect the borders from letting these children go missing. Second off, the Democrats released these children in ICE detention centers without the proper forms or without the proper knowledge of who their actual parents or guardians were. Third off, I don't know what to tell you because they just aren't talking about the 476,000 children that went missing at Joe Biden's open border. Some immigrants did take the children. Some illegal immigrants did take the children, yeah. Do you think we should build a monument? Do you think Donald Trump should use the Democrats' taxpayer dollars to build a monument of Charlie Kirk? Just specifically the Democrats' taxpayer dollars. What do you think? Hello? Should
Sure.
Trump take the Democrats' taxpayer dollars and build a monument for Charlie Kirk?
I mean,
For sure. Yep. That monument will serve a purpose. Do you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Josh, if you have anything you want to talk about, drop a super chat. If anyone out there does, what a lazy liar you are. What did I say that was a lie? Let me guess. You're not going to be able to say it because you're a Democrat. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about, anything you want to say, drop some super chats. We can talk. We can discuss. What about India? I'm not India first. I'm American first.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to give you some support and let you know that you're
I
not
don't know. You
alone.
seem angry. You seemed angry today. A lot of days you seem angry. I'm not trying to sound
No,
offensive to you, or I'm not trying to insult you, but I don't know. You seem angry. You look like you're busy with something today. But I'm sure the guests appreciate her. Do you guys appreciate her? Drop a A for appreciation if you appreciate Andrea.
it's just a serious topic, so I wanted to just, show respect.
Yeah, we need as
And
much people as possible.
okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Josh
Joe.
said A.
Thank you.
A. A.
Bye.
You leaving? Don't leave. Oh, she left. Too late. I did say I was wrapping it up. If you guys appreciated her, drop a final super chat for a question, topic, anything you want to talk about. I'll give you guys 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If not, just smash that like button. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Gear Jammer. Do you guys like the new setup? Did you guys like the new setup? W, yes, W. I do love Trump. Any other questions, comments? What do you think about the setup, guys? I'll give you about 60 seconds. Yes! Plus 100. Hell yeah. Sick. Thanks, my guy. Thanks. I answer every single question, but I mean, I know the views are dropping right now because I'm about to hop off live stream, and I said this multiple times, but I don't ignore any super chat question. Never, ever in a million years. I read every single one out loud and I talk about it. Let's talk about veterans and how they're not always appreciated. Okay, Josh, I appreciate that. Veterans are not always appreciated. It's really disgusting, my grandpa's a veteran. Some of my other family members have, been in the military and whatnot. And veterans are really, really not appreciated. But I will say Trump has done one good thing for the veterans. He's taken this, veterans thing that was in Los Angeles, and he has turned it into housing for the veterans. That gave 10,000 veterans of housing and whatnot. But the thing is, I feel like we should take all this attention away from the illegal immigrants and give this attention to the veterans. Like, we should support the veterans more and more. And if you have a neighbor that's a veteran, or you have someone that you know that's a veteran, or you have anyone that you know that served in the military, doesn't matter their age from A to Z, they should be helped out, guys. Like, if they need help, if they need you to do a favor for them, you should do little small favors for them. It's fine. The top trending now, as I see, is Luigi. That's a real problem for those talking crazy. Is there is retaliation? You talking about Luigi, the insurance guy, the insurance unaliver, murderer? But yeah, veterans, man, they don't get the love. They don't get the appreciate. I'm not saying all veterans are perfect, but you should try to show some appreciation and love. But for every single person, I didn't know about Luigi, but I researched him and I'll try to do like a video about him, like maybe in maybe in 3 or 4 hours, maybe in 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. I'll try to do a video. But I love all the veterans out there. I love people that serve the country. I really do, and they don't get enough love. They don't get enough appreciation. Like people, 40 years ago, if they heard you were a veteran, they would, help you out more. But I do see the youth helping, older people now more and more, which I'm proud of them for that. But they really need to help the veterans. They really do. They died for this country. Josh, I thank you for your service. Every single time someone comes in my stream and tells me they're a veteran or they served the military, I always thank you. Everyone in chat, can you thank Josh for his service? Thank you, Josh, for your service. I know there's a lot of traumas that come with being in the military. There really are, and it's really just, it can be traumatizing, but there are ways to ease your mind after you leave that service. Amazing, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank Josh. Really, thank Josh for his service. Praise our veterans, guys. Praise our veterans. Anyone can. What's your name? Nicolatas. Anyone can. Chat. That's a great question. Chat. What have you ever done to support the United States of America? It's not easy to get in a war zone for people you barely even know. 100% agree with that, guys. 100% agree with that. Thanks again, Josh. Shout out to your brother in the Marine Corps, my friend. I wish the best of luck to him. Some of my friends are veterans. They served all around the country and all around the world. Even if you weren't in a war, Josh, that does not, make your service any less worthy. Anyone that served in the military, doesn't matter if you were, working in the news, you still had to go through the boot camp. Or not the news, but the press. It doesn't matter if you're military press like J.D. Vance. You still were alongside people, sometimes at the front lines for the country. Sometimes you were fighting along the front lines. Maybe you weren't fighting. Maybe you were just maybe you're a press secretary like J.D. Vance, but you still went through the boot camp. The boot camp is very difficult. You still did the training. You still did the miles and miles of marching. Well, I'm glad that was your case, Josh. Many people drop out of the boot camp. Shout out the American farmers. All right, guys, if you have any final questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, let me know. If not, I'm going to probably jump off here. I was denied entry when I applied. I got into so much trouble as a kid, too much to... Holy crap, what the hell are you talking about? Are you a veteran, True? Have you been in the military? True, I'm interested. If you've been in the military, thank you for your service as well. Chicago, New York, every Democratic city should get a huge statue of Charlie Kirk. Bingo, but then they'll probably deface it. You're in it right now? Well, thank you for your service, True. Really appreciate that. I hope all the veterans out there can, like and subscribe to this pro-America channel. Alright guys, I'll give you 30 more seconds. If anyone drops any super chats, comments, questions, anything you want to talk about, I'll go for another 10, 15 minutes. Crypto news, were you in the military as well? I think boot camp 20 years ago was a bad, but after all the lawsuits, I think it got much easier now mentally. Alright guys, I really appreciate you guys. Have a good evening. I'll be back. Have a good afternoon. I'll be back in the evening for you guys. So you're welcome for my service. Hell yeah, Josh. I appreciate that. Really appreciate you. Love you guys. Alright, guys. I'm going to log off here now. I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you like the new setup as well. I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you guys. Join the Discord. Bye bye.